that for like a long time too. I know it's not the same kind of parry and dodge mechanics as the Dark Souls series is, but where they're similar. But like same thing with like the Assassin's Creed games. If you master parry in friggin' Assassin's Creed, the combat is a cakewalk. The first game I really... Ooh, people are dying. I better start fucking paying attention. But like the first Assassin's Creed game that I hugely got into was Valhalla. Like I played the first one, and then I got too invested in whatchamacallit. Let me put some black magic in here because I hate these fucking flying enemies. Because I didn't, I put too much time into finding the towers and trying to finish all the side stuff first, and the Assassin's Creed games have so much side stuff. But, like, when I first started playing the Assassin's Creed games, that's what kind of, like, threw me off, but now I love the side things. I love finishing things. Like, when I started, I did the Assassin's Creed games, like, off-stream, but I did them by myself, and I started from the first one again. And my first thing that I always did is, like, especially after getting a lot of open world games like Skyrim and stuff like that, is I finished the map first. Finish the map first. Before I did anything, and then I'd fucking waltz through the story like nothing was the matter, because I'd have all this ridiculous gear. Yeah, like, so there I will agree, there is such a thing as too much side stuff. Like 100%. And I can definitely understand Bow's, like, where a lot of people post 4 didn't like a lot of the stuff. Like, Valhalla was my first Assassin's Creed that I beat to completion. And then I went back and I was like, you want to know what? I was like, Mirage is coming out, then Shadow's coming out. I was like, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna redo the games, because a lot of them were on the PlayStation, like, one of the game catalogs. There is a lot of stuff, a lot of side stuff in Rebirth, and that's, like, one of the things a lot of people don't like, but that's where, like, a lot of the, like, the newer game devs and stuff need to realize side stuff needs to be optional. Like, I love doing the side stuff. Bows. Oh no, I think you made Chaos angry. But like, I beat up until Mirage. Like, I finished Mirage months and months back. I was disappointed in Mirage for the fact that the game was way too short. Too many unrewarding arenas. Yeah, like, and like, I feel like that's another thing that they have to, like, when you have so much side stuff, you need to make the side stuff worth it. If the side stuff is worth it, why is it fucking there? Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm a trophyaholic. I like to get my platinum. But like, that's an odd opinion. But like, let's see, not even to mention the other things. But like, if it's not worth it, like, what's the point? And like, that's one of the things that will kind of like irk me sometimes, because I like to get my platinum trophy. I think I'm somewhere around 13 platinums on PlayStation, and there's a couple games I have on Steam that I have 100%. But like, if there's no point to doing side stuff, like, it gets irritating after a while. Like, there's a couple of the Assassin's Creed games that I haven't finished some things, because I just ended up getting there, and I was like, you want to know what? I want to get through this story, and this side stuff has just put me in, like, a stupor where I don't even want to play the game right now. So, like, that's a big thing that they got to bring back, is make it make it so that it's worth it. Make it so that, you know, you're sitting there and once I collect all these things, it gives me something that's like... and don't get me wrong, like, I don't want the game to be, you know, stupid after that, but make it so that you get something that's almost game-breaking. Like, make it worth it. Yeah, I couldn't justify 130 gigs on my device to do fluff. 100%. 100%. But yeah, like, too much side missions, 100%, like, is an issue with completionists. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'll sit there and I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking do it. But, like, sometimes it just makes me, like, I have to sit back and take a break. Like, when I sat there, like, friggin' Skyrim has a lot to it, but, like, I friggin', hey, what's going on, Fake? Like, I platinum trophied Skyrim first run through. Like, I sat there, oh, Assassin's Guild? Fucking went and I just ripped through the Assassin's Guild before I did anything else. Then friggin', you know, the next guild came up, fucking did that. Went to a town, talked to everybody. All the quests. All the quests. I refuse to get the platinum for Rebirth. But that's what I'm going through right now with Rebirth. Like, that's why I'm taking a break from it at the moment, because there's a lot to it, and I sit there and, like, same thing I did with Assassin's Creed. I finish the section of the map as much as the story will possibly let me do, and then I'll and then I'll go along with the story, and that's what I did with all the Assassin's Creed. Oh, fucking that guy died again. But I guess he's like a ridiculously lower level than all the rest of my party members. And this guy likes to fucking kick the shit out of me. I'm gonna ignore chat for a moment. Fucking shit. Here we go. Gonna do you. You're gonna bring back fucking this guy down here. You're back, so you're gonna heal now. I'm getting fucking ridiculously shattered. Oh my sweet Jesus. Which guy do you know? Which guy are we talking about? Oh, 100%, I'll eventually get it, but, like, it's one of those things where I'm not gonna make myself hate the game over it, and that's what I find, like, a lot of games with a lot of content are doing right now is, like, I'm sitting there and by the time I finish getting them, I'm like, I don't want to play this game again. And that's what I don't want to do, which is why when a lot of the... oh, no worries, no worries. A lot of the times... Oh, he's doing Kiraja already. A lot of the times when I get to a game with, like, a lot of stuff, then it sits there and it's like, oh, why am I fucking playing this game now? So, like, I gotta put it down, which is what I did with a couple of the Assassin's Creed games, where I just sat there and I was like, okay, I need to just leave the world map alone for a little bit and come back to it. And which is, Sonic, that's 100% valid. Like, some people go through and, like, it's just a game. I've platinumed both Zero Dawns. But, like, you know, like Mirage, like going back to, like, the having too much stuff. Like, I played through all the Assassin's Creeds, and, like, the last couple of them were, like, some of my favorites because they had so much, and there was, like, a lot of extra stuff for myself. And, like, the story was, like, I enjoyed the story, like, because, like, I'm trying to get the full thing of it, but, like, Mirage, like, I was so, like, that game, like, I don't know if anybody here has played it, or if they're planning on playing it, but oh my fuck was it short. Like, when I look at a game, especially, like, an Assassin's Creed game, with how big some of those maps are, and like I'm trying to finish everything on the map. Like, don't get me wrong, like we were talking about before, I don't want it to be ridiculously overwhelming to the point, oh, one of these things. Like, overwhelming to the point where I have to put it down for a little while. But, like, at the same time, you need something in there. And, like, Mirage, like, from... Oh, you guys just got silenced. How dare you. But Mirage, from the start of the game till the finish of the game, and I finished everything on the fucking map. I think I put 20 hours into the game. It's like, what? Like, that's full story, full map finish, like, almost platinum. And it's like 20 hours. It's like, what? How can you justify $80 for a game and it be fucking $20? Like, I want my fucking money's worth. Like, if I get... The way I look at it for a game is $1 per hour of gameplay. If you're selling the game for 70 to 80 bucks, if I get my $80 out of it, fucking perfect. Fucking perfect. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that if it's fucking silence. If I can get my, if I can get enough hours out of this, then I'm golden. Like, I'm good with whatever. Which I think is a valid argument. Like, if you can guess a certain amount of hours per game, like, you gotta justify the price. You really do. Echo Herbs. Why is everybody going to sleep? I don't like this. Oh, I'm about to die here. Yep, this is where I die. So we're gonna put you as the party leader. I guess it's time to fucking do this now, isn't it? No, that's not what I meant. If we want better games, we need to be willing. I am completely fine with worse graphics. I am completely fine with worse graphics. Like, my favorite... I go back and play, like... Well, like, prime example here, I'm playing an older game. Like, don't get me wrong, these graphics aren't fucking terrible. But, like, compared to, like, what's out now, these are, like, disgusting. But, like, I go back and play, like, Super Nintendo and PlayStation 1 games all the fucking time. Like, that's my fucking bread and butter right there. Why is nobody doing the mist? Oh, he's doing it right now. But, like, that right there, like, is... Why did you just... You're asleep. God damn it, Balthier. Penelo. Missed right fucking now, you bitch. Well, that sucked. Negatives companies acting like replay value. So, like, I understand that, like, no PS3 graphics, like, that's a valid opinion. Oh, when was the last time I fucking saved? Oh, right, they do auto saves, right? 422. Okay, good. Like, I can understand that, but like one of the best games I've played recently, like story-wise and gameplay, is Sea of Stars. It's like very like Chrono Trigger. Like, they basically took it back to, like, the Chrono Trigger style of fucking gameplay. Where am I right now? Am I supposed to be running around here? But yeah, like, it straight back to Chrono style graphics. But, like, oh my god, the story was great. The gameplay was great. The people that made the game, like, just the dedication they had to it was... astounding. And like and Sonic 100%, like, just because it's like you're able to replay it, they're like, oh yeah, let's just jack the prices of that up. Entities. Sea of Stars is very pretty. I know, like, I 100% understand your stance on that, Bows. Like, but I also think it it depends on what they're trying to do and like what kind of game it is. I think, because like we were talking about before, friggin' a lot of things that like I'd like to see in games, anyways. You just can't do with modern day graphics anymore. Like some of the stuff they did with like older games that made them like the games that people adored and loved. Just when you're putting like the importance on graphics, it's just impossible to do some of those things. So I think both would be fucking beautiful. I'm gonna save right here. Where did that enemy go that I just got killed with? I'm so confused. But like, I feel like with where the technology is now, it shouldn't be as big of a problem. Oh, 100%. Resident Evil and God of War. Unfortunately, the cough drops don't really work as well as I'd like them to. I had COVID twice and it fucked my lungs over, but before that, I have Magic Field falls over the party. Characters cannot attack. I have 100% on the remake. I had COVID twice, and I also have a post-nasal drip. And which the longer I talk and the more I talk, which unfortunately, when doing this, it's very important to do so. It dries out my throat really quick, which causes me to cough even more. So there's like a bunch of stuff like I'll be out on the job, and if it's too warm outside, sometimes it'll look like I'm fucking coughing up a lung. Oh, 100, like the cost of any of these games to make is ridiculous, which is, you know, why they have to make them good. But like, you know, you sit there and like that's why like they leave a lot of these things out of them, which I understand at the same time, but like some things like they need to work on. Like, they need to start bringing back things that made the games as good as they were. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying games are terrible nowadays. Like, I'm still having, like, a fucking blast with new games. Oh, yeah, like, I guess games... but, like, 7 was, like, had enough stuff to... but it pushed the tech. Yeah. But like 7 had those things about it that made it replayable. And that's the thing I find a lot of games nowadays don't have, is replayability. You sit there and there's a lot of, like, especially RPGs. You play them and it's just like, done. Also, that Sonic is like I find a lot of the things they're trying to do, like they're a lot of games are trying to be too innovative, so it's causing things to be broken. Like, think about, like, you know, Cyberpunk fucking, so, like, the stuff they did in that game was nuts, but like when it came out it was a fucking broken mess. But like at the same time, like when people want things rushed out, you gotta expect a broken mess. But I feel like a lot of the times people aren't as willing as they used to be to deal with things like that. Like, I remember when games having, like, you know, glitches and things that made them completely and utterly broken was hilarious. Like, I remember sitting there trying to find the bad things. How the turntables. Oh, exactly. Like people want perfection, but they don't want to wait for perfection. Or at the same time, they don't mind it being not perfect at the same time for certain things, right? Ah, your second favorite. What's your first favorite? And yes, we're going to judge you on this. No, I'm just joking. But like, you know, like game. I feel like people are too judgmental of certain things of games. Tactics Advance. That is a valid choice. That is a valid choice. Tactics was absolutely. Did that just say I just got a fuzzy mitter? Okay. Exactly, like, and that's where, like, some things, like, some games, they have to kind of, like, tone back on, which, like, I understand. And that's where I feel like, where things are so graphics-oriented now. Evilise. Like, I find that, played this game after... do you mean, like, how fast the combat is? Because, when they did the international release, they put a speeder in it, so you can put it up to 2 times or 4 times speed. Just to make the combat faster. But, like, where was I at with my statement? But yeah, like, I find, like, people are too critical on some things and not critical enough on others. This is a flashback. You should have seen a couple weeks ago when I was playing Star Ocean 2. I'm doing all the Final Fantasies in a row, and I'm doing all the Star Oceans in a row. That's my stream schedule right now. I've already done 1 through 10. Just level up luck and you can get more criticals. And 13 too. But like some things I find, like when we're being critical of things, like if something is like obviously too broken to play, yeah, 100%. But at the same time, you can't sit there and expect it to be released as quickly as you want it to. Ah, good old Kefka. Can't go wrong with Kefka. 13 is no... 13 definitely has some of its problems. But, like, you know, I enjoyed 13, but not as much as some of the other ones. But, like, I think we already went over that, where I find after 9, like, they kind of went down a little bit. Like, I still enjoy everything after 9, but, like, I find 9 was, like, where they stopped being ridiculously good. But I also have a controversial opinion myself, because 8 is one of my favorites. I know I'm going to be crucified for that, because there's a lot of Final Fantasy people in here right now. Why are you not using your... Oh, you... Why can you... Oh, I can't use items up here. Motherfucker. But, like, you know, then some things people are being too critical on, like, you know, the way characters look, or, like, how expert the graphics are, and, like, I know we were talking about this before, where with how strong, you know, consoles are nowadays, that graphics should be at a certain point, and I'm, like, partially agreement with that. Two worlds? This is hell. I don't like this at all. I'll have to look that up if it's on like one of the game passes, or if it ends up showing up for cheap. Final Fantasy. Oh my god, I'm dying. And I can't bring anybody back from the dead. I don't like my life right now. Run. Run, we gotta run. This is the only option right now. Oh shit. Everybody distracted me from death. Where am I even supposed to be going right now in this? I am so lost. No, I don't want to fight. I'm trying to run from you guys. Yeah, no, Mystic Quest was definitely an abomination, though. Oh, okay. Strangers of Paradise. I enjoyed it. It wasn't, like, overly... I'm about to die again, but that's alright. It wasn't, like, huge on my list of, like, where games are, but, like, just because, like, that kind of gameplay is not my favorite. Like, I'm not, like, I enjoyed it for what it was, but I'm not a huge, I guess, Souls-like gamer. Like, I like my turn-based, and, like, a little bit of action RPG is alright, but, like, the Souls-like is not my cup of tea. But, like, the story was... I enjoyed the story, like, so much. Thresholds of Magic. Why will you not open? I hate you. But, like, that was definitely something I enjoyed about the story for... the story for Strangers of Paradise was miraculous. Like, I loved the fucking twist. Like, the twist at the end of it that tied it into one was great. Because, like, I remember sitting there and being like, well, what? Like, I heard this was supposed to be, like, one. And I was like, what is going on? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me at all. And then... you get to the end and it's like, oh. Oh. Okay. That makes it much better. Oh, you're big. I don't like you. Let me get upstairs. You're the only person alive. We're around here. I can't remember if I played Strangers of Paradise on stream or not. I might have. Where are we at now? Can I use items now, or am I... Nope, still no items. Yeah, like the job, like that's what I mean. Like the job changes and stuff was definitely like really interesting. Oh my god, I've got like, I can't, I can't heal at all. I am so scared. Oh, of course, there's a fucking monster over there. But like the lore for it and like the story for it were absolutely fucking like spot on.
You're best.
Right? Right? I was like, oh my god, what? I knew I was gonna die there. But like once you take... I completely forgot. Fucking... I ended up taking away my items, which was a terrible, terrible idea. But it... I always find my interest in... My takes are fairly interesting. Sometimes not in the way other people are expecting. Speed up. There we go. Oh, fuck. There's enemies everywhere. Like, am I... Oh, Jesus Christ. How am I supposed to get out of this? Magic.